So it's the 1st of June. This is my onion, shallot, multiplying onion, and garlic bed. And I'm just giving them some water. You can see all my shallots on this end are falling over, which I'm guessing means that they're maturing. Some multiplying onions here. This is garlic. I pulled two, one a hard neck and one a soft neck. Soft neck's much smaller than the hard neck right now. Even the hard neck could have gone longer, but just curious to see. I'm gonna eat it tonight with dinner, I hope. Super interesting. I have a couple of multiplying onions that are, see down here, those right there, they're going to flower. And some more right here. I guess I need to confirm that those are indeed multiplying onions and not a scallion, but I'm almost positive that those are multiplying onions. Regardless, it'd be interesting. I'm leaving a few to go ahead and see if I can get some seed out of them. So here is the garlic bed and multiplying onion bed. Today is the day that I am going to harvest them, which is very exciting. You can see I've got tops like right there. That's of a Egyptian walking onion. That's the top of that. Top of that. So I may leave some of those, but the rest need to come out. Honestly, these should have come out probably a week ago, but I didn't have the time. And so that's where we are. You can see I've got definitely got some that have gone to flower, which is interesting. It's from this row right here, which I think are the Songhaven multiplying onions. We'll take a look at that, see, and you can see I've definitely got, these are multiplying onion. No, those are shallots. I think that's the, I don't know, I have to look. Maybe the yellow moon multiplying onion. So this is the bed that I planted in into October, beginning of November of last year. This is the bed that I planted beginning of January, and you can see just the size is very different when it comes to the tops, etc. So I suspect that planting them earlier is the better option. Grey Grizel, let's see if they pull out. Nope, definitely not going to pull out. I'm going to take a trowel. So clump one. clump 2. Weeds. Earthworm. Like the earthworms. Alright, so the 4 clumps, the gray grizel, and the ones I planted at the end of October, beginning of November made it. And this is what they look like. The gray grizel that I planted in January should be right here. I don't remember how many I planted, but I should be able to tell what they look like. There's... Alright, so that's clump 1. That's clump 2 that barely has anything. We'll see. So these are yellow moon shallots. The bed planted in November, end of October. Bed planted in January. This had a loss. I planted 4 and I think 4. These actually didn't do too bad. These are a little bit bigger, but honestly, the yellow moons could have been planted in either case. All right, so very interesting. Dutch red from the planted into October, beginning November, planted in the spring. Admittedly, there were far more bunches of these. I planted more of these because I just had them. But looking at the quality and the size, 2 guesses. 1, these just don't like to overwinter. Some of them kind of looked rotten or didn't grow at all. Or the other thing I'm wondering, these were deeper. These were much shallower. I planted these deeper to keep them from freezing and, you know, rotting out. But they may just like being shallower in the spring. So Dutch red, I think definitely plant in January. First music. Oh, there we go. All right. Should have 2+ rows of that. Yay! Not nearly as big as the way they came to me, but that's okay. All right, let's do the rest. All right, so this is music. It all went in at the end of October, beginning November, because it was really soft. I didn't think it was going to make it. I ended up with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 heads. So I think I only lost 1 or 2. So, because I planted 2, 8, yeah. So I'm pretty happy with it. It's not quite as big as the way I got it, but I think it'll be good. So now on to Siberian. All right, this is Siberian. So November, January. So definitely, if you look at size, the ones planted earlier are bigger than these. There's more of these just because I had some extras. But also interesting, I had multiple that just pulled right off, like this one. And I had one, where's that one clove? Like it actually started rot away. So these should have been harvested 2 weeks ago for sure. And I think the rain we got this week really kind of hurt them a bit. So anyway, lessons learned. Lore's Italian. This is a soft neck variety. This is 2 side by side. No. Okay. Not terrible. Let's see what the rest turn out like. All right. So these are Lore's Italian, planted in October, beginning December, or beginning in November, and planted in beginning of January. Definitely a difference. I mean, the Lore's Italian are smaller heads anyway, but some of these may even just be rounds, may not even be differentiated into cloves. I thought I had another row of this, but what I'll show you here in a second is, so when in January, once I planted out the major varieties and the big heads, I had a cup or 2 of the really, really tiny heads or excuse me, the tiny cloves, and of all three varieties. And I'd seen someone say, well, they just spread it out in their garden randomly, kind of on a bed, plant it, and harvest it for green garlic. I did a little bit of that. See, the beds are just decimated. But this is what's left. I didn't harvest a lot of it. So this is just all small heads. Some of them are differentiated. Some of them are just like a big round. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, these would be perfect. Just use as a, a clove of garlic, or to save and plant next year. Of course, I don't know what variety they are. But anyway, I mean, I probably have 40 or something of these, which is kind of cool. So good and bad news with the elephant garlic, which is not garlic, is actually a leek. But stuff planted in late October, beginning in November, definitely had head formation, but it just got left in too long. It should have been harvested a while back, 2 weeks ago. Same with the stuff planted in January. Honestly, it developed decent size heads, not great heads, but I mean, there's 3 of these that are decent size. So I feel like the elephant garlic, and I lost a few to the freeze. So I almost feel like elephant garlic is okay being planted in late December, early January. It just needs to be harvested sooner. You see, I've got one with a stalk. I went ahead and pulled it just so I would have the bottom. But I mean, that one, look at that. It produced a stalk and it still has a head. Maybe it's not quite as heavy, but it feels good. Anyway, so we'll see. Okay, so we had 2 different kinds of multiplying onions. I believe these were from Songhaven, and you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 flower heads. No, 5 flower heads that I really would like to leave. Some are just at this stage, but I have some that have already flowered, and I'm hoping I might actually get seeds from, because that's unique. Most multiplying onions have kind of almost been selected out of producing seeds. If I can get seeds, that would be really cool. So my hope is to get some of that. This row this was from Pebble Farms on Etsy, if I remember correctly. I didn't get a single flower head here, so I'm going to pull them. I went down here again. These were Songhaven, I believe. I got 1, 2 heads, which I'll leave, but I'll pull the rest of them. And I don't think I had any more of the ones from Pebble. Well, pretty frustrating. So these are the multiplying onions from Songhaven. They definitely should have been pulled 2 weeks ago. We were moving and I ignored them, and they're just all ruined. Not all, but most of them are. Maybe I'll be able to save a few. They were nice onions too. Anyway, kind of disappointing. Again, we were busy. I should have pulled them. And these are Songhaven multiplying onions. Not a great crop, I'll be honest. But I got a few. Honestly, these are the ones that I planted in the spring and January. I mean, the ones planted in the winter, November, definitely are bigger. But anyway, and they should have been harvested. I got some loss here too. Some of that's actually on the ones that flowered, which is okay. But